G'day everybody, this is Adam from www.hurom.com.au, and today's video is a look, I get an awful lot of calls from people that are saying, can we juice kale? Can we juice curly kale? Can we juice regular kale? Kale, 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 kale. Everyone wants to juice kale. And look, you know, there's a few other options that you have, I guess, out there in the market for juicing greens, but you know, it's certainly becoming, I've noticed that over the last 5-6 years, that this ability and desire to want to be able to make your own high quality cold pressed juices has gone mainstream. And look, you know, if you've got yourself a high speed whizzing juicer, then forget trying to juice you know, stuff like kale. It's just simply not possible. You may have other you know, you might have a cold pressed juicer that can do, you know, that can make a green juice for you. It could be an awful lot of effort, it could be a lot of mucking around, you know, yeah, it's not typically that easy. With Hurom, and in particular our latest, which is the 2014 Elite series, the first full redesign from Hurom, with this double-winged patented auger which spins around inside of the machine here. This is running twice as efficiently as any of the slow juicer vertical augers that are on the market, and Hurom came up with this. If it doesn't have a Hurom badge on the machine, it's probably a knockoff, especially if it's a cheap one. There are a couple of licensed models out there, but just buyer beware. This is the original. These the guys are the inventors. So as innovators, they've now come out with this double efficiency auger and a 45 RPM motor. Now what's that doing for us when we're juicing greens? Well, basically the slower that we can have that revolution going on, the less foaming that we're going to get, in particular from green juices. If you're a green juice sort of wheatgrass juicer, you'll probably be familiar with that sort of thick foamy head that you can get from green juices. It's not particularly desirable or very nice. So when we're running at 45 RPM, we're getting a more gentler extraction, less heat, less air, better retention of nutrients and enzymes. That's why we're drinking this stuff. I doubt there's many of you out there just drinking it because you love the flavour of green juice. It doesn't really taste that very nice, but mix it with some apples and lemon, boom, you're on your way. So what we're going to demonstrate here is, I really wanted just to prove to people that this new design from Hurom is out and out, I believe, the best green juicer on the market for leafy greens, wheatgrass, you know, in the domestic sector. It really is absolutely incredible. Now look, what I've got here is some, as I said to you, just showed you earlier on, I've got some Tuscan kale, or Tuscan cabbage, I think as it's known. So this is sort of, again, very dry, very rubbery, you know, really hard to sort of just extract anything out of, to be honest with you. So we've got a heap of that. And then also the old curly kale. So just two different varieties, and I just wanted to throw them both in just to really demonstrate. We'll be doing a wheatgrass in an upcoming video, but we'll get onto that shortly. But I really wanted to just tackle the kale issue. What I've also added, and I just want to share this with you, you might see I've just sprinkled a little bit of oil, just some flaxseed oil. Really good for you. Lot of nutritional benefits, but the reason I've put a bit of that over the kale here is because we're using a pressing motion with the Hurom. What I want to try and do, and it's very dry product, is just to lubricate the inside workings of the Hurom. It helps us reduce further any heat that's going on from the frictional press, and also any possible foaming. So we're really, that's the kind of my little you know, came up with that, and it just works really well. So I'm very proud and of that little idea. Like to share it with everybody who does green juices. So look, we're going to just switch the Hurom on. Look, and I have cut the leafy greens down a little bit, just shredded it down using my Hurom ceramic knife. So I would advise you all just to get a good sharp knife. If you're going to get a Hurom, you do have to do a little bit of cutting, but you know, at the end of the day, if you've got a good sharp knife, then it quids in. And look, already, just in the first couple of throw down, I might even just stand up and get this going. Now you'll notice really I'm not having to do any significant pushing, it's just to pat down the grass, oh sorry, the leaves, and like I say, that oil really helps things out. And again, you can see already we've got nice flow coming out of the pulp chute. We're putting in something that is really very dry, and where that foaming can come from, and some of you watching may be familiar with that, have tried to juice leafy greens before, is that this kind of product has, you know, if you looked at it under a microscope, there are just millions and millions of little air pockets everywhere. And so when we put it through a pressing action, what creates is this kind of foam. So, and also, you know, that's dictated by the kind of speed. So when we were sort of juicing at 80, 90 RPMs on other cold press juicers and the original Hurom, we were sort of, you know, prone to getting this foaming. The oil, putting a bit of flaxseed oil or your favorite nut oil or whatever, you know, really, you know, makes a big difference here. And then also, like I say, just this new patented technology from Hurom, second generation, 2014 Hurom Elite. And I've got to keep just hammering this home because I do appreciate there's a lot of confusion out there around models. But you know, the way to look for it is you want to be asking for this double winged auger. If your cold press juicer that you're looking for, if you're out in the market to buy one, hasn't got this, it's not the latest Hurom. That's the easiest, you know, way of I guess figuring out, because it does come under a few different names in different markets. If you're watching this and you're not in Australia, which is the market that we serve here, you know, it could be under a different sort of model name or something like that. So now, look, this isn't to say as well that there are the other Hurom models that have the existing, you know, first generation design. You know, they can still do leafy greens. I say, you know, what's the difference basically is you're getting a better extraction from this new model. Certainly, I know that there's a few people out there that I've spoken to, you know, might feel that they've got a few too many little bits of the leaf coming through into the juice. What I'm about to show you with, you know, on the first generation, what I'm about to show you here is that this second generation just really does away, you know, completely tackles that whole, you know, bits of fibre in the juice. It just eliminates it. It's really quite incredible. So, but we're kind of, I reckon I'm about halfway through. I'm not just gonna get that out of there. Don't want that in the juice. In fact, I don't want that bit in the juice either. We're coming up to 350 mils of juice. Now, I haven't actually been keeping a time on this, but obviously you'll be able to just see that on the video player, see how long this has actually taken. But it can't be much more than a couple of minutes. And I've been waffling on as well, so if I was a bit more focused, I might be doing it a bit quicker. But I think we're coming up close. So I'm going to try and get this up to 450 mil, which is the bowl capacity of the new Hurom. I think it can actually really hold half a litre if you go past that, but they've obviously just set it at 450 so you don't end up spilling out over the top of the edge of the bowl. Look, and what I want you to show you as well, look, there's no foam. There is no foam here. So, you know, we're really literally just looking at this just concentrated, pure green juice in its most unadulterated form, which I just absolutely am fascinated by. I have to say, I think that Hurom have done an absolutely incredible job of refining and improving what was an already an amazing design. That's you know, they've sold 7 million units last year. They're predicting to do 10 million units this year in 2014. It truly is a phenomenon, and you know, I'm a big fan of great design. I'm not a big fan of companies that rip off great design, and I would just say again, you know, if you're seeing designs that look like Hurom that are being sold for, you know, crazy prices, you know, they're really most likely just patent violating rip-off companies. And you know, if you want to support that, just, I don't know, I just say just avoid it and support the company that's actually coming up with this stuff, so we can ensure that we're getting great design for the future. Right, now I think we're just about coming up to about 450 mil there. Oh, look, I tell you what, the hell with it. We're just going to finish off the whole bowl. I think just goes a long way just to proving again that this machine is just a phenomenal leafy green juicing machine. There you go, that's going to be my next ad campaign. The lean, mean, green juicing machine. Here we go. So that's that whole bowl there done. As if you can just poke the camera into there, we are done. So I'm going to pour some of this out now before we have an overflood, and let's just, and again that juice cap comes in really handy here, that we can just dispense this when we're ready. And again, so just keeping away, look at that. Now I'm just going to turn that off, and there we go. As if you can get a, this is super high quality kale juice. There's just about half a litre there. Figure out on your video player how long that's actually taken me. You can see the product there. We've just done a whole bowl, and like I say, I'm interested to hear your thoughts, but for my money, this is now the best domestic leafy green juicer on the market. The Hurom Elite Series 2014 model with the double wing on the auger. My name's Adam. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in contact with us at www.hurom.com.au. Thanks very much for watching.